Lincoln, Nebraska. A Big Ten showdown coming, conference games where the results will stick with you for the rest of the season. It's the Maryland Terrapins and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Nebraska is looking for that season to get over the hump. Matt Rule has done a good job there in Nebraska, but at 7-6 last year, a disappointing end to the season. Not only that, they lost their quarterback in the transfer portal. We'll see if the Cornhuskers can get back to national relevance with a stronger finish to the season this year. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Back to throw, it's Washington. Plucks it out of the air. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Bunch formation for these receivers. Looking to throw on first down. Gets it out quickly. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there.
I love early in a game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
And the Terrapins with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Williams. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
The Terrapins are flying down the field. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Now the play fake. On the move, he fires. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big third down. Dropping back, it's Washington. Had it right in his hands in the middle of the field, and it trickled to the ground. It will be fourth down.
And the defense catches a break on that one because he was open, and I think he was going to get the first down on that third down. But, man, just lack of focus. Sometimes you want to run so fast when you're catching that ball, you just lose focus for a second and drop that football to the turf.
They booted away on fourth down. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. So the Nebraska Cornhuskers offense takes the field for the first time in this game. We'll see what this offense can do sitting inside its own 20. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Pickup of 5, it's now second and 5.
The offense making a statement early in this game. They're going to open the entire playbook, and they're going to show this defense so many different looks and try to keep them on their heels. I love that play call. You could see the defense wasn't sure what was going on.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's second and 5. Unloads quickly. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
Defense came into this one prepared for these quick receiver screen passes. Nice job beating blocks at the point of attack and rallying to the football.
So third and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Caught. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll try to move the chains on third and short from the 25. Back to throw, it's Calandria. Makes the grab. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the second quarter. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. Bringing the heat. Fires one high and deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Bought a little time, lets it go. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
The Huskers will line up to punt it away. The accuracy is perfect. The loft, the aim, like the perfect golf shot. Maryland's offense comes out ready to go on the attack. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Makes the catch and he's free. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole and the quarterback throwing a strike.
And the Terrapins come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. It'll be a gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4.
Complete to the wideout. He's brought down at the 36-yard line. 2nd down.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Tries to do it himself on the draw. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Terrapins will have it 1st and 10. On the option. He'll toss it. They'll make the tackle, but not before he's got enough to move the sticks and has this defense's head spinning with the option.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
And that last completion left them with 2nd and 1, and this is a fun moment for an offensive coordinator. Got it in the middle, it's Fleming. That'll be enough to move the chains, and it'll also take us to the 2-minute timeout. And the Terrapins go back to work after moving the chains through the air. To the air, it's Washington. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Right on the money. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down.
Gain of 9. 2nd down.
The completion short of the sticks, it's 2nd down. Just keeps swinging it. Finds his big tight end. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Quarterback extends the play. Short gain on the play before he slides. Timeout called by the Cornhuskers. That's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You could tell. Drops back, nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off, get what I can get.
And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Terrapins!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
They get set for the point after as we have the 1st score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. To the air, it's Calandria. Pressure coming. Hit as he throws. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
And that's why these guys played defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You've got to catch that and make that a pick.
And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. And the Huskers will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. My goodness, he unloads on that one. And the punt will go into the end zone, and the ball comes out to the 20 on the touchback. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable. This offense just continues to find a way to make big plays. No death by 1,000 cuts today. They are consistently gaining chunks of yardage, and it's reflected there on the scoreboard. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
The Terrapins will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Barney. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. After the lack of production in the first half, plenty to talk about. Let's see what they can dial up here in the third. Oh, he's got some space. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And that's a welcome sight for this offense, man. They really struggled to run the football in the first half. And I promise you, at halftime, in the locker room, first drive, guys, we got to come out, own the line of scrimmage, get the run game going, and that's exactly how they start this half.
Tight end now in motion. They're going to go right back to him on first down. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Gets the back moving. Dropping back, it's Calandria. Got his man in the middle. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
The Cornhuskers getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. Bought a little time, lets it go. Out of the backfield, he's open. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively, and right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need him to play great in the second half.
Got it behind the line. It's Hunter. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Huskers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He leaves it with his back. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. He'll try to get to the marker himself. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Man, this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback. And he gets loose. He gets the first down, another set of downs. They need to figure out this plan and how to stop this quarterback.
This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move. It's 1st and 10. Here's a heat. And it's a sack.
I tell you what, the offense, they get the big run play, and then what are you thinking? Maybe play action, take a shot. How about the defense? They were ready to roll. Even though they gave up the run, they didn't just play the run. They were ready for the pass and got the big sack.
They've got some serious work to do to keep that last one from messing up this drive. 2nd and 19. To throw, it's Calandria. Could not make his way to the corner.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. 3rd down is coming. Now a little bit farther to go after the penalty. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Throws to the tight end. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
And they decide to trot out the kicker. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. That'll bring him to within 4.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth, man. 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Running inside, it's Williams. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. We've reached the break. It's Maryland with the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the 3rd quarter stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. The run inside. It's Williams. Nowhere to go. Same song, second verse, as this defense is ready for this guy.
Great job on first down. Great job on second down. This defense needs to come up big one more time. They got to get the stop. Big time moment. I got to get my offense the football back.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And I think this will go a long way in determining the outcome of this football game. They're able to run the football with the lead late in this game. That's a good sign for this offense.
And the Terrapins are moving quickly down the field. The give is to Williams. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ball game. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
The Terrapins have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to pass. It's Washington. Quickly to the flat in the wide receiver screen. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting, because right now they got the run and they got the pass working. So this defense, they have to find something new to...
Snags it and he's open. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
This is so interesting right now, watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
And the Terrapins come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. From the red zone, it's Williams. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Timeout called by the Cornhuskers. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. The sweet feet buy a little time. So they'll use a timeout here. 1 more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
This crowd knows when to bring it. Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Williams. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Fourth down, and a field goal's not going to help much. They'll try to keep the drive alive by converting here. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And it's good! Big 3 points to stretch the lead.
And that was an important kick here in the 4th quarter, man. You want to take that touchdown lead, make them have to go the length of the field and score a TD. Nice execution by this offense. Nice job trusting your kicker.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll run the RPO and throw it right.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He was going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his 2nd catch so far in this game.
The completion picked up 6 yards on first down, now 2nd and 4. Looking for a man. It's Calandria. Firing to the right, complete. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. It's complete to the left. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
And I'm loving the command of this quarterback right here. You can tell he's not worried. He knows his answers. 3 for 3 on the drive, moving the ball down the field, trying to put this offense in a position to get right back in this football game.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. It's caught. Makes the stop at the 49. Give him 5 yards on the play and a first down.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
Fires to the tight end. Offense takes a timeout. 27 seconds left.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Blasted as he lets it go. Complete to the right. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, and no doubt that's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
Hauls it in. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.